If you're sick of starting over, if you keep telling yourself this time's gonna be different, but yet you still haven't figured out how to follow through, this message is for you, and I want you to hear this the right way. There is nothing wrong with you. We're gonna dive into why you keep starting over, and more importantly, how to stop. I wanna start by talking about something that I used to do all the time. I'd get really, really excited about starting something new. Like, it felt fresh, it was motivating, it was fun. I had all of this motivation and I would start so strong. But then one of these things would happen. I would get bored. I would feel like I made way too big of a commitment, or it would just get uncomfortable and so hard to continue to follow through. If or when one of those feelings hit, I would just stop. That stopping would turn into that feeling of shame, and that shame would turn into this belief that I never follow through. I always start and I never finish anything. So over time, that belief became the reason why starting felt so heavy. So why would I start something if I was already knowing that I was gonna fail? This is where discipline would never work for somebody like me, because you can be as disciplined as you want, but the moment something gets a little uncomfortable, if your nervous system associates discomfort with failure, you're gonna stop. And for me, discipline turned into punishment. It reinforced shame instead of building that trust. And when shame is leading the way, consistency does not last. No matter how disciplined you are, no matter how much motivation you have. I want to give you a real life example from a situation in my life. So I stopped drinking back in August, and we're now in January, so gosh, that's like 5 months. So during this time, I did drink one time in October. So the old version of me, I would have been so mad at myself. I would have shamed myself. I would have been like, oh, well, fuck it. I screwed up. Now everything is completely over. All of those days before, all of those days after, and all of that guilt would have sunk in, and I would have said, here we go again. I'm failing. I messed up. I suck. I'm never going to be able to do this. I have to start over. Over time, I have learned how to shed that old version of myself, and it's so freeing, because this is where the real shift happens. That one day did not erase all of the days in August, all of the days in September, and it didn't erase all of the days after when I chose not to drink. So instead of punishing myself like I used to live in, I learned to get curious about the situation and get curious about the choice and curious what led to me drinking, curious about what I could do different next time. Because curiosity is so much more powerful than shame and guilt. Shame keeps you stuck. Curiosity helps you learn. So I use this as a learning opportunity and not a reason to tear myself down, and not a reason to tell myself that I'm stuck and that I'm never going to get things right again. The most beautiful thing about all of this is that through these actions, I am building self-trust, because self-trust is so much greater than being perfect. And let that one sink in. Self-trust is so much better than being perfect. And here's where the magic is. If you want to stop starting over, here's what's important. You don't need a new plan. You don't need more motivation. Oh, if I could just let that one sink in. This is what you do need. One promise that you can keep. Pick one simple focus. Make it so simple, whether that's your food, whether it's movement, whether it's not drinking, whether it's not doom scrolling, whatever that is for you, make the promise so small, so simple, and honestly so boring that you almost can't follow through with it. Because self-trust is not built through big goals. It's built through kept promises. You're not alone in that feeling of shame and starting over. There's nothing wrong with you. You just haven't quite learned yet how to follow through. Stay curious, keep learning. Don't give up on yourself. You are way too important to give up on yourself. So thank you for being here. Keep showing up for yourself. And as always, be real.